everyone and welcome to the Cosworth DFV replica video in automation game. Yes, my friends, in this video we'll be recreating an absolute legend from the 60s, an engine that dominated F1 races all the way from the 60s to the 70s, an absolute true legend. So let's go together step by step in this video on this amazing engine specs so you can replicate it in your own automation game and enjoy its amazing performance in BeamNG.drive. So let's see what's what. Alright, so this amazing engine is obviously a Ford, started life as a Ford/Cosworth creation, a joint venture, amazing creation from these two giants. This amazing engine dominated the F1 world thanks to its amazing design. This thing is an amazing creation, seriously. It's a tiny 3-liter 90 degrees V8. That's a 3-liter, exactly 2,993 cc engine, or in some variants 2,987 cc engine. So of course this amazing engine is an all aluminum V8, an absolute pure lightweight monster. It has 32 valves, that means 4 valves per cylinder, double overhead camshaft. Remember, this is 1967. This thing was built, started in life in 1967. So double overhead camshaft, 4 valves per cylinder, fully on aluminium, insane high compression ratio, insane high RPM. It's an absolute monster. Alright, now the bore and stroke. So to make this amazing engine in automation game, just follow these amazing steps. Now, starting with the family capacity of 2,993, using 85.6 millimeters on the bore and 65 millimeters on the stroke. As I mentioned, it's a 90 degrees V8, fully on aluminium. I went with aluminium heavy, although maybe in real life they went with aluminium light to save weight, but unfortunately in automation game aluminium light is really fragile. Like, this thing cannot take any kind of power. Look at that, power limit to 85. Basically it's gonna explode because this thing makes a lot of power. So double overhead camshaft, as I mentioned, and 4 valves per cylinder, total of 32 beautiful valves. Aluminium performance, cylinder heads, and I went with +10 quality to get the correct power figures and RPM figures. Alright, next is the internals. Well, as you can see, this engine uses a flat plane crankshaft, as you can see. So make sure to switch to a flat plane crankshaft by clicking on this button before you continue. And as you can see, I went with a forged lightweight steel flat plane crankshaft, and of course forged heavy connecting rods and forged or lightweight forged pistons for the absolute perfect results. And of course I went with a harmonic damper, but with no additional extra kilograms, just to make things as smooth as possible, and of course +10 quality. Moving on, of course, with the top end. Now, the top end, in this particular version, the 1967, the compression ratio was 12.0 to 1. Then, the cam profile that I went with is, of course, 83. The springs and lifters, surprisingly, is actually a medium stiffness of 36. I thought I'm going to go absolutely insane here, stiff, but actually 36 did the job really perfect. The RPM limit on this one is 9,500 RPM or 9,500 RPM. Obviously no technology whatsoever, with +13 quality. Remember, this is a high performance F1 engine. So these engines actually, although they were like affordable back then, they were like $7,500 in 1967 money, which is like in 2005 it's like $95,000. So yeah, the quality was insanely high with these engines, and they were like rebuilt, like, you know, not every day, but they were rebuilt like constantly, or like, you know, whenever they break down, and they did break down most of the times because they are racing engines. Obviously naturally aspirated. Fuel, this thing surprisingly used mechanical fuel injection. Yes, a mechanical fuel injection with of course throttle per cylinder, ITBs. As you can see, if you Google this amazing Cosworth DFV, you will see these amazing individual throttle bodies, and they look absolutely like delicious. Really, they look like a word that I cannot say on YouTube, but yes, you understand what kind of word is that. Seriously, just Google it and look at the ITBs on that engine. Seriously, oh, amazing. Next, of course, I went with a 36 fuel map, and to make it a little bit European, I made it. I just increased the of course the effectiveness of area for of course for less emissions, obviously, just like by 30 points. Not sure if it does anything because actually I'm using. I'll show you later. I'm using leaded fuel. I'm using leaded fuel, and as you can see, I left the ignition timing as it is with plus 10 quality. Next, of course, we have, yes, as I mentioned, the unleaded gasoline, sorry, the leaded gasoline. I went with 110 octane. Yes, it says here avgas, which is like, I don't know, it's similar to like an aeroplane fuel basically. So I don't really care about this. I just want the highest octane possible. I'm not really sure exactly what kind of fuel they used back then. I would love in the comments, seriously, tell me in the comment section what kind of fuel they used back then in F1. If you have an idea, I would love that. Maybe I can fix, maybe I can select something different. Please let me know in the comment section below what kind of fuel they used back then. Next, of course, I went with a race intake manifold with an absolute beast of a manifold size, just to gulp, because this thing will gulp through air. Seriously, this thing loves to breathe. So yeah, 10 all the way, 100 all the way. Of course, next I went with a tubular race exhaust headers with a size of a header of 71, dual exhaust pipes with obviously nothing, no restrictions whatsoever, and a size of about like 1.38 inches or 34.9 millimeters. Yes, I went a little bit mad here with the quality plus 15, but again, racing engine, they used super lightweight exhaust systems. So yeah. Next is of course the result. This amazing engine pushed 409 horsepower at 9,000 RPM, which is absolutely identical to the real deal. Now the torque, now this is a huge pain in the back in automation. Sometimes you can replicate the torque, sometimes not. I tried my best to get the torque as close to the real deal as possible. This is like the closest that I got with it. I'm gonna keep messing with this engine. Maybe I can do something with it. Maybe if I'll be making the upgraded version from the 70s or the 80s, maybe I can get it better with the torque, but the power is absolutely identical. Everything is really identical. Again, if you do know the fuel type, what kind of fuel octane they used at these times, I would love your of course your comment. Tell me in the comment section which one they used. So as you can see, the engine is an absolute smoothie. I'm surprised by this. It's a race engine with the race everything, race exhaust, race race everything, and like it's deadly smooth. So that's amazing. Throttle response insanely high, and obviously it's super noisy. And surprise, surprise, it's actually efficient. I'm really shocked about this. It's insanely efficient for racing engines. Seriously, and I was reading the Wikipedia, and they said that this engine was more efficient than a turbocharged F1 engine. In the early 80s, when they kept using this DFV engine, and some F1 teams, they started using turbocharged engines. This one needed only 180 liters of petrol tank or gas tank basically, unlike the turbocharged F1 car, which needed 220 liter capacity, which is insane. Like seriously, that's a lot of extra fuel. That meant this engine can be the car that used this engine was lighter, and is basically better. So insanely fuel efficient, really. And now of course it's time to fire up this amazing beast. Seriously, just take a listen. It's an absolute beast. Absolute monster, seriously, an absolute beast. So I would love to know in the comment section what kind of car would you like me to shove this engine into. And to be honest with you, I have an idea. If you have a racing car that is ready to shove this engine into that, write me on my Discord. Seriously, go to my Discord, write me that yes, I have an absolutely ready racing car that I want to put this engine into it. And seriously, we can collaborate, we can tune the car together, and we can well, have fun with it on the next Twitch broadcast or on the next YouTube video. Seriously, write me in the comments or on my Discord, the link in the description below. So that's pretty much it for this amazing legendary engine. Tell me what do you think about it in the comment section below. What kind of, do you have a story, do you have any more information about this engine? I would love to know that in the comment section below. Seriously, and that's pretty much it. I had absolutely a pleasure, and it'll be of course more fun shoving this engine into a car and of course test driving it into BeamNG.drive. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much everyone for watching. So don't forget to hit that like button, get subscribed, and of course if you like my channel, if you like my work, the link in the description below. You can of course subscribe to my Twitch, you can subscribe to my Patreon page, the link in the description below again. And by doing that, you'll be able to create your own challenges on my channel. You can of course download all my amazing replicated cars that I made in in the past, and of course including the brand new CLK GTR replica that I made recently. It's available right now on my Patreon page, the link in the description below. So thank you so much everyone for watching. Have a great time everyone, and stay awesome, stay cool, and goodbye and good night for all of you my friends.